Drawings. 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 When did you start exploring, and what's your exploring name?
I'm Big Ears, and apparently according to Prowler, I started with Pagan in 97.
Cool.
Actually, we were going in Dights Falls. We did about 6 or 7 recordings on cassette, on tape, before we found God. Next door. And Duggo, fucking hell, that guy. Pagan was reading all the graffiti, and he was the one who got the post office box, and I was just like into the sounds and stuff. Then that's when we got our first Il Drano. That's when my life changed. So that's when I started exploring.
Cool.
Cunt.
What's your favourite type of thing to explore?
Drains with flat bottoms these days because I'm pretty old now. Like this one in Eltham. This is my local, so I'm pretty happy. I'm going to have to come here and do some videos.
Yeah, we're in Eltham Drain today.
But isn't it Eltham Darky, Duggo?
What has been your greatest exploring experience?
I really liked it when we went. There was one night where we did the Ted Whitten Bridge, TWL, Tullamarine Westgate Link. Then we stole a ladder and we put it on top of my ute and drove around all these back streets through like Salmon Street and all the back of Port Melbourne, God knows where we were. And there was like a convoy because the ladder was so fucking big, it was like 5 times longer than my Hilux. And then we put it under this floating barge thing that was just happened to be put under a manhole under the Westgate, and we got into the Westgate all cool. In the same night. Yeah, oh fuck, that was a wild night.
Was there. Yeah.
And then another night we went and did the tunnel, the Burnley Tunnel, and Fallon had fallen off the top of this crane near the Nilex Towers at a building site. And then you set off the alarm, and we were up in the fucking air conditioning tunnel. We had to run for our lives, and we were going down these stairs coming back out. The tunnel was pitch black, and no one had torches, of course. And every level that we came down, this siren was getting louder and louder. And by the time we got out in the main tunnel, it was fucking deafening, especially for me. But I'd been doing all this training to lose weight, and I ran past everybody. And we got up on this bridge, and this security guard came out on his phone, pointing and yelling at us, and everybody dropped their DAX.
Yep.
That was a good night.
That was a good night. The reason I set the alarm off was because we could see the security guard looking up at you guys clanging along on the vent because Fallon had broken his arm. We walked along the bottom and there was no mobile phone, so I just said to Fallon, fuck it, I'll set the alarm off. And that was to let you know. Have you had any near misses while exploring?
Yeah, I was in Maze one day. It was a dodgy day. I shouldn't have gone in. You couldn't check the weather in those days, but it was overcast and I think showers might have been predicted. And then I met all these people in the drain and I just got sucked in and we were walking. We ended up near the skate park, near Fritz Holzer Basin. They got out there off a side tunnel that's near there. There's a split there. And then I kept walking up towards Camberwell Junction because I'd never been up to Camberwell Junction. I had my headphones on and I heard this sound in the headphones and I'm thinking, oh, that's really nice. Sounds like rain. And all of a sudden, it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark. There was a pipe that went whoosh, and then on the other side, another one closer, whoosh, and all these pipes were coming towards me and they were gushing. So I just turned around and I started running. And then I thought, nah, don't run. I remember someone, might have been you or someone saying, don't ever run, because if you fall over and twist your ankle or fucking whatever, you're gone, you know? Yeah. So I just slowed down. I'd panicked a bit because I thought, well, throw me bag, and I know I've got my recorder, and so I just walked fast.
Yeah.
And I had this big fucking sort of like cloud of cold air came and hit me on the back, on my neck, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gone. And it was getting so loud, and I was getting really scared. And I just remembered this very tall kind of ladder up around eye height, where I looked out into this green park. There was like some grills there, and I thought, fuck, if I can get back there. And honestly, it was up to my ankles. I got up this ladder and I thought, great, because it was up high and there was this little crawl tunnel. And I thought, I'll run up to the grill, being a dickhead, I thought I'll run up to the grill and yell out the grill and someone will come and cut me out. All this shit was going through my head. Anyway, I got up the end of the tunnel and I looked and there was these manholes and I just pushed both of my arms up, and one of them just popped off.
That's Fritz Holzer.
Yeah, and so I got out, and there was this couple. They saw me get out, and they were standing there with their mouths open looking at me, and they had this golden retriever, and it had its mouth open. It was looking at me. And they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I was just down there." "Do you live down there?" And I said, No. I was just recording sounds." And they're going, "What?" Yeah, it's just a hobby of mine." And I said, "Look, where am I?" And they said, "Oh, Riversdale Road's just over there." And my car was somewhere on Auburn Road. I had to walk back. It took me like an hour to walk back. I'd never done, it was, oh man, I was lucky.
What's number one on your Urbex bucket list?
Oh, that thing out in the country, what's it called? That big pipe, way out near Kosciuszko. It's this huge thing.
Oh, not G-High?
Yeah, G-High.
Okay.
I want to do that one day because it looks great. I'd love to go there and set up some of my instruments and make some sounds.
I'll go out there with you.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Plan a weekend away.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I love that. All the photos of that place is fucking awesome.
Has exploring changed anything in your life?
No, I'm just totally normal. I don't do any videos in drains with noise. I've never recorded any sounds inside drains or bridges or fucking tunnels or, cavities. No, it's just boring.
What's the youngest age person you would go exploring with?
I don't know, what am I, a fucking pedo or something? I tell you something, there was these kids, I was up in...
And you molested them?
No, fuck off. I was up in the side tunnel of Mini Tent. Anyway, I saw these torches come up and I thought, oh shit, because they're doing some work up in the side tunnel there and it's all finished now. And that you can't get up to that pit anymore in the middle of the freeway. Got my camera all set up and then I just thought, okay, just fucking deal with it, Anyway, it's these two young girls. And one of them, her name was Minnie. She had blonde hair, long blonde hair, and this other girl was Asian. She didn't say her name. Actually, no, she did, and I can't remember it. And they said, "Oh, we want to join the Cave Clan." And who are you? And I said, "Oh, I'm Big Ears." And they said, "How long you been doing drains for?" And I said, "Oh, about 30 years." And then I just got this silence. I thought they must have thought I was really old by saying that. So, for me, I'm fucking like in my 50s now, mate. So. How old's Prowler? He's about the youngest person that I would explore. Okay.
Is exploring better than sex?
I don't know. I mean, why don't you combine the two?
Is good exploring better than bad sex?
Combine the two and then they both be good. Okay. I've never had sex in a drain, but I've heard of people who have.
Well, but the thing
God
is,
knows what you'd catch.
If you're having sex in a drain and you're only exploring with people Prowler's age, that's all right.
Jeez. No, hang on, this is getting a bit homoerotic.
Hang on. We've got to keep it moving along because it's already... it's 10 minutes. I want to try and keep them down to hopefully 10, but...
Keep them down to 10, is that the age that you like to explore?
Do you have a suggestion that would improve urban exploration? If it don't get...
No.
Yeah, just...
Don't have any suggestions.
Just
don't do it while you're on meth.
That's a good one.
Even when you're stoned, it's actually pretty bad because you get so fucking paranoid. I don't take any drugs now. Anyway,
yeah.
And it's actually too scary when you're stoned.
When you're exploring, alcohol, drugs, or straight edge?
Straight edge these days, yeah. If there is such a thing. Look, it's a hit doing it anyway, the sounds. Nietzsche said that the organ of fear is the ears. So if you're down the drain by yourself and you fucking actually sit there and have a good listen, you'll shit yourself, mate. Because there's lots of information coming down the pipe.
Well, that's a great segue for the next question. What's the best / most interesting poo you've done whilst exploring?
Well, one day I was taking some photos. It was a side tunnel of 10th again, Mini 10th. I'm always going up there because of the grills, taking photos. And I turned around, this guy was right there. And he'd snuck up on me and I fucking shit myself, right?
Literally?
Yeah, just about. But what had happened was that I'd been there for about 3 hours and there was all these sausages everywhere because it was... You guys had been up there the night before doing 10-bin bowling.
Yeah, and we had a barbecue.
Yeah, that's right. So there's all these sausages and it was kind of pretty gross. So I came the waterfall back. I think you were up at the last waterfall. So I was in the middle one. And this guy creeped up on me, and I just said to him, "Look, mate, I've just about 10 minutes ago I did the hugest fucking turd over there on the right, so don't step in it." And he's going, "Where?" And I said, "Right over there. Can't you smell it?"
So it's well known throughout the Cave Clan that you offer sexual favours for boiled lollies. Do you mind explaining how that came about?
Because I grew up in a milk bar.
Yeah.
So we had vegetables and fruit on one side and lollies and ice cream on the other. So you can imagine where I hung out.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't entice me as a kid being a fucking pedo because I always had a good supply of lollies from word go.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think I've said enough.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, 14 minutes.
Well, you can't fucking talk.
I was hoping these would be about 6 minutes. Yours went to just hit 14. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Big Ears.
Get fucked earlier.